after Justin Herbert's performance yesterday, sorry is not enough. So, I have self-imposed 3 punishments that I must adhere to. Now, number 1, though sorry is not enough, apology is necessary. The first thing, I will issue an apology immediately. This is immediately. Justin Herbert, it's my bad. This one's on me. You dominated last night. You were throwing strikes. You were throwing darts. Shame on me for doubting you last night in the present tense. I am sorry, Justin Herbert. Chargers fans, your boy Acho taking this L like a man, standing in it. I'm sorry. Second thing I must do, self-imposed punishment. I will not engage in the Tua Herbert debate for the rest of the regular season. The debate is still out there, but I will not personally engage. I will refrain for the rest of the regular season. If they see themselves again in the playoffs, we can talk then. Number 3, self-imposed punishment. I won't consider Sir Justin Herbert a social media quarterback until earliest week 18. I will not refer to Justin Herbert as a social media quarterback again until week 18 when you'll have the Denver Broncos in what could be a must-win game. Chargers fans, I'm sorry. You have my word. Y'all did show love in the stadium. I appreciate you. But now let's get to the show.
Very big of you.
United him?
Say it again?
United him?
I mean, it's Sir Justin Herbert. He did ball yesterday. He absolutely did ball. Joy Taylor, you also were at the game. You were at the game. You didn't text me. You didn't try to link up. It's fine. I'm over it.
You don't have my number, so don't do that.
I tried it. It didn't work. I tried it. Chargers fans and Joy Taylor both have my number.
Man, stop taking L's today. No more L's today.
You don't have to contact me.
What did Justin Herbert prove in the win? You were watching closely.
Yeah, I think Herbert proved that when he has his best weapons out there, he can win games, which is, I think, what most Chargers fans and, people who are defending Justin Herbert all season long have been saying. He looked good. I think the reaction to that game is swinging a little bit on the pendulum here. That wasn't an outstanding performance all around. It was a lot to do with Tua and the Dolphins. It was a nice game by the Chargers. Not going to, rain on the parade right now, but the Dolphins going to Dolphin. I tried to warn you about this, but you in it now. You're in it. You're with us now. No backing out. We're in the ocean together. This is what the Dolphins are going to Dolphin. I was with 3, a big group of us, but 3 lifelong Dolphins fans. This is an experience we are quite accustomed to. That said, and I said this last week, so I'm staying consistent, I'm not going to change my opinion of Tua or Justin Herbert based off of one regular season game. They've matched up twice. How'd they go? 1-1, lost 1. So that's how it goes. The argument about, if Herbert is more talented than Tua, is Tua not still a franchise quarterback, all of that feels very reactionary. But Justin looked good last night. He won the game. He was the reason they won that game. And you got to give him credit.
Will, you played a long time in the National Football League, 12 years to be exact, played defensive back, couple positions. What did Justin Herbert prove to you last night in the win over the Dolphins?
Yeah, watching the game, what he proved to me is that when he doesn't have his weapons, he's Bruce Wayne. When he does have his weapons, he's Batman. Now, this is not it is. Bruce Wayne is a successful billionaire, right? Gets things done. But when he has his Batman suit, he has the batarang, the grappling gun, all those things, he's lights out. Watch out. That's exactly what it was. He was super efficient. When he had all his guys, he played just like the quarterback we know he is.
Yeah, it was impressive, the throws he was making, Dave. I mean, I vividly remember, and Joy, tell me if you do as well, the Dolphins were mounting a comeback. It was 3rd and long. Keenan Allen is blanketed. Like, Keenan Allen was as covered can be. I'm sitting there watching the thing, eating my popcorn. Justin Herbert, shoo. I was like,
yes.
What is this? Dave, what did Herbert prove in the win over the Dolphins?
To go back to your point about, I know you can't say social media quarterback. I'll say it. The throw he had on the angle to Mike Williams, it's that type of throw. But that throw to Keenan Allen was the most impressive thing he did last night for my money. It was basically a handoff from 12 yards away, just zipped it right in. I mean, the guy is so stupid talented. I don't like the word proved because I think, okay, he's in year 3. He broke Andrew Luck's record for most career yards over the first 3 years. Like, he has proven that he is a good quarterback. But what Justin Herbert did last night for me was he delivered in a moment. And sure, some of that is narrative. I get it. This isn't the playoffs. There's still more to do. But this is as close to a playoff game as you can get without making it, right? Like, you got to win to keep your season alive. There's the narrative about Tua versus Herbert. People are chirping all week. Our show had a decent amount to do with that. And he goes out there and he doesn't just win. And I think it was a little bit more impressive. Like, I thought it was a very, very impressive performance when you think about the fact the Chargers had the lead wire to wire in this game. Right. They led by double digits or 2 possessions for a lot of it. And Herbert still had to throw the ball 51 times. Like, this wasn't, let's get up and then run the clock out. Austin Eckler can do your thing. Like, they ran for like 75 yards, 80 yards. It was all Herbert. It was the deep shots. It was the precision passing. And his movement in the pocket was like coaching tape. That was teach tape of like how to avoid pressure. And keep in mind, yes, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are back. Chargers' offensive line is still not anything to be impressed by. So for him to navigate all of that, I thought it was a wonderful performance. I personally thought it was the best that I've ever seen him play. And like I said, you know, he lost at the end of the regular season last year. I think losing in moments like this is how you get that reputation. Ask Kirk Cousins about it.
Yep.
So it was huge for him to deliver on a stage like
I will say it was the most efficient, like Will said, I've ever seen him play. I won't say it's the best because I've seen him have 3 touchdown games, 4 touchdown games, but the dude couldn't miss. Like, from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, he could not miss. What he proved to me was he's capable of winning a meaningful game. I knew Justin Herbert can throw for a lot of yards. Duh. Objectively, statistics say that. He just broke Andrew Luck's record. We knew Justin Herbert can throw for a lot of touchdowns. 35-plus as a rookie. Duh. I was never questioning his yards or his touchdowns. I was always questioning, can you make it add up? If y'all recall, the most telling part of the game was this to me. After he made what I formerly would have called a social media throw, the rolled out right, he slings it back to Mike Williams. Xavier Howard thinks it's a dead play. Next thing you know, 50-yard bomb. After he made that throw, what happened next? Out to Keenan Allen. This is a throw right here. This is a social media, what I would have called that social media throw. It was phenomenal, goes viral. But then next, quick out, back shoulder pass, air and throw. Then this is a 3rd down throw, I believe. Incomplete. Next thing you know, they only got 3 points. They only got 3 points, Will Blackmon. They're only up by 6. Joy, I'm sure you, like I, were thinking, oh, here we go. The Dolphins about to make it happen. Because the possession before, Tyreek Hill catches a bomb, 60 yards. Then the Herbert makes that throw, only gets 3 points. But they found a way to win. That's why, to me, it was most impressive how efficient he was. Will, let me come to you on what Dave said. He said it was his best game. You've watched a lot of ball. You've watched a lot of Justin Herbert ball. You put it up there with his best game?
Well, like Joey said, it helps that he had his weapons. Like, that's obvious. That's why he played. But I think just overall in the grand scheme of things, this is how he should be playing, in my eyes. You know, because, talent-wise, he is outstanding, has all the gifts, all the tools. But, yes, when he has a fully loaded offense, he has his guys, mainly Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler, who caught majority of the passes last night. This is how he should be. This is for me. Nothing surprised me. I was pretty much expecting this, and so I wouldn't say it was his best game, but it was definitely one of his most efficient games, I guess.
What, if anything, Joy, surprised you? Because I'm sure you were prepared for the game, stayed beginning to end. What, if anything, that Herbert did surprised you? Clearly, them winning surprised me. But what, if anything, that he did surprise you during the duration?
Nothing really surprised me. I was more surprised by how the Dolphins played than how the Chargers played.
Exactly.
The Chargers, when they are healthy, this is why they've been so disappointing, because they have so much talent, but they're never on the field. And now when you have everybody and your offense can take it to the next level because you have a talent like Justin Herbert, that's what you should be able to do. But you just said it. If the Dolphins had played a competent game, how do we all really think that this game would have turned out? That's not taking anything away from Justin Herbert. You win the game how you win the game. Mm-hmm. It's not taking anything away from the Chargers. They won. They get to write the story. But the Dolphins were not good. Tua was not good. This was a terrible game by him. And they still were only up by 6 with 4 minutes to go. Now, of course, Mike McDaniel made some choices, timeouts there, which we'll get into later, which I think played a big factor in this as well. But nothing Herbert did surprise me. I think the conversation about Herbert has kind of spiraled a little bit.
For sure. So
I'm going to try and take a step back and contextualize it, if I might. It's not that, well, I'll speak for myself. I think Justin Herbert is extremely talented. Can't argue that. You can't argue the statistics. He is beautiful. He is designed in a lab to be a quarterback. He's very smart. He's clearly a franchise guy. He's great with the media. He's got the right temperament, all of the things you would want in a franchise quarterback. I think the pushback, and maybe you can agree with this, because this is where it is for me, you can be extremely talented and put up numbers and do all these things. But if you get catapulted into a category of Mahomes and Josh Allen and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and you're at the top of the league, you should have the wins to match it. And you should be able to elevate teams when you don't have all your guys, if you're in a category with those names. So I think that the pushback, at least for me, is he's clearly talented. But can we see what he does in the postseason? If he's in this space with Mahomes and Josh Allen and guys that have won Super Bowls, Joe Burrow in his own class, who takes the Cincinnati Bengals with the worst offensive line, not all his guys, to the Super Bowl, we need to see that. I need to see that. It's not about, and I think he eventually will. I think Justin Herbert's going to have an amazing career. But to me, it is frustrating to reward statistics and somehow put that as higher than actual winning.
And I mean, I agree with that. And that's why I think this was as big as it was. And like I said already, they still got to get to the playoffs. You would like to see him win games in the playoffs. That's the name of the game. But, like, think about who the Chargers are, though. Like, this is a team that plays in the late afternoon window. They're usually not top billing. Like, every week it's like, oh, the Chargers are playing the Raiders in front of, like, 15% of the country, while the Chiefs are playing whoever in front of 85% of the country. And by the way, their opposing fans outnumber their fans. If they're right, I mean, was it a Dolphins crowd? That's who the Chargers are. Like, they live in anonymity most of the time.
Right.
You only get so many of these chances. And for Herbert to step up in a moment like this with the Tua stuff and everything and play great and win, he's such a chill guy. And the way, like, he was, like, celebrating the first down, like, he was, you could tell.
There's a little something extra for
this mattered to him. And I think that's why it's big. It's not a playoff game. I get that. But this is the closest I've seen to him delivering.
Yes, and if the Chargers want to get to the playoffs, you got to win games like that. So kudos to the Chargers. If you want to get to the playoffs, because they are now currently back in the playoff picture, they are the 7th seed. Keep in mind, if the Patriots win tonight, I do believe the Chargers get bounced to the 8th seed. But it starts with wins like what occurred on Sunday night. Hats off to you, Justin Herbert. Hats off to you, Chargers and Chargers fans.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.